in, Lucky. And you know me, SpHustleHard. And you know what I say, a day above ground is a good day. I bless and thank you for tuning and checking us out. We're going to start off right now. Yeah, LA, protesting, ISIS, immigration. Yeah, you name it. You pick it. You call it. But that's what's going down. You know.
Get that book.
The book. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. So, you know, send a big shout out to our handyman, you know, engineer on the ones and twos.
Better. Yeah. Engineer. Handyman.
The handyman engineer on the ones and twos. You know, listen, his name is Reggie, and he's doing a good job. Good job.
Missing one.
Minus
we'll see you
one.
Next time.
Yeah, we'll catch up with you. He'll be stumbling in here sometime soon. But yeah, we're gonna get right into it. Yo, listen. The immigration, it's real heavy. They out there in LA protesting, stopping them. They had to call in the National Guard.
Mm-hmm, the ICE.
Yeah.
You know, California is really like Democrat kind of. They all voted for Kamala.
Right.
So they was like, y'all not gonna be just out here running in everybody house looking, doing the ICE raids on everybody. Mm-hmm. And that's why I think that's why they raiding out there, because they totally against all that.
Yeah. And they standing up. And you know what?
Are they fighting ICE? Like, what's going on?
They ain't fighting them. Yes and no. They ain't like, you know, in the streets, you know, fist fighting and all that.
So why Trump calling the National Guard?
No, I don't think. I think the governor did that.
No, Trump called in the National Guard.
Well, he called in the National Guard because he felt like, look, you're stopping them from doing their job.
Yeah.
But again, like you said, they shouldn't be allowed to just run up in
everywhere.
You know, anywhere where they feel like, okay,
Trump green lighted them. We ran on this and we standing on that. Mm-hmm. Everybody is no picks. Everybody can get it.
Real talk.
Everywhere can get it. Schools, houses.
Doesn't even matter. And
LA not beat for that. They one of the most progressive like cities out there, and they're like, nah, we're not playing that. Like,
yeah, and that's what they doing. They out there like hand in hand, you know, standing strong, stopping them, letting them know, like, look, we ain't going for it. Do what you got to do, but
that's where the protest. No, that was in Oakland. That's where the Black Panther protest started in Cali.
Mm. Oh wow!
But it was like in Oakland, so you know they progressive with stuff. They like fight power type.
You're right. Real talk. And they, you know, they in a lot. I believe somebody called. Like, yo, there's a bunch. They here. They right here.
They out there spray painting stuff and everywhere where they at. They say.
Yeah. They like, that's what they doing. Let them know, like, yo, they here. You know what I mean?
He's like, all right, send in the National Guard. They're gonna know that Trump said we doing this, whether they like it or not, out here.
And like you said, they ran on that. That was something they ran with through his campaign, and you know, he's riding it out. He's sticking to what he said he was going to do, and
the people not liking it though.
Yeah, and people, you know,
protesting them boys.
Yeah. Yes, they are. They definitely out there heavy. They had to call in the National Guards.
They said the National Guard got sticks on them.
Ready to crack heads. Ready to crack heads.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they like, we ain't your LAPD.
Yeah,
we're gonna crack your head, and we're gonna crack it good.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You see what they did, in them riots back in the day. So just let it be known, like, they doing their thing. They want to be cracking heads and handling what they handling. Sorry to say, it is what it is, you know. But
it's the day and time we living in right now.
Yes, but people can't be mad.
That's what people that voted against him can be mad.
Yeah, they could. But the people that voted for him that probably have relatives they didn't think it was going to fall out like this. You know, and there is a lot
of people saying this. I didn't think it was gonna go like this.
Yeah. He was.
I'm gonna rock with you, but let's see how this goes.
But moving right along on to the next. back at Trump and Elon Musk, they banging, they, little words of war, I should say.
Twitter beefing.
Yeah, Twitter beefing, hey man.
You think Musk is it sounds bitter, or so who's like sounds like they who sounds worse in the whole situation? Like,
I think they both, man. Like, come on, man. Like,
it's a bad look for Republicans, period.
That too. But what I'm saying is this: Elon Musk, if you didn't know what you was dealing with when you got into what you was getting into, because you felt it's going to better your situation and what you got going on, you didn't.
They made it worse.
Yeah, you didn't see far enough.
It made it worse.
Yeah, exactly.
He bowed out.
Yeah,
he bowed out because he was losing money with his regular businesses.
Right.
They was blowing up his cars and writing stuff all over his cars, man. So he stepped down, and then the big beautiful bill thing that Trump was doing. That's when he came out and was like, no, it's bad.
Only thing I don't like about that bill is with the Job Corps situation. That's the only thing. But me being a worker, working a 9 to 5,
you want that overtime.
I want that overtime because I do a lot of it, and I want that.
But it takes away from somewhere.
Exactly,
and it's making the deficit go up. All types of crazy.
And a lot of people gonna be
without Medicaid and all that.
Who's medicated
down the line? Yeah,
I know that's.
It sounds good. It's like you promised somebody the world, and then down the line you're gonna be messed up. Like
something.
Anytime you this shit was gonna be like this down the line, like what the hell's going on?
Real talk, like. A lot of people didn't expect.
Even that girl Marjorie Taylor, the super Trump supporter, but she's in Congress or whatever.
Right.
She was like, I didn't know they was going to take away states' rights behind this for certain stuff. Like I wouldn't have voted for it, but you voted for it now, so it is what it is now.
See, not what it is. The reason why, to my opinion, this is my opinion. I could be wrong, but. What I feel is like a lot of Republicans rolled it out when they see there was nothing better and the pickings were thin during the time of the primaries and all that. When they was running for president, who the Republicans going to pick and all that. So the pickings was thin. Like either were they going to go with this lady Hillary? She used to be his.
Who you talking about? You said Hillary?
No, not Hillary. It was another lady that was in Trump's camp, but then she ran up against him.
It was some other girl or whatever.
But anyway,
Haley, they all come online.
Yeah, Haley some. Yeah, but see, they see that, okay, look, even he did all of this, but still, they voted for him.
Nah, because Trump got popular with the people.
Right.
And they were like, you can't deny popularity.
Right.
It's a popularity contest.
Yeah.
It's like student council type shit. Like if you cool with everybody.
Now, he's not popular with everybody.
He's cool. He's popular with most of the people.
The people that they need.
You seen that with the election.
Yeah, right.
He's popular with his fan base. It's crazy.
Right.
And then when he got grazed in the ear, that made it even even more. Once that happened, I was like,
that was crazy. That violent shit, that's corny. Like that's real corny. Like, you know what I mean?
Conspiracy alert, I think that was a setup. And I don't think it's real.
Me personally,
it's not proven yet. I feel like down the line they're gonna prove that was a whole setup for him to get sympathy to win the election because he stood up, fight.
Well, listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, if that was some move to get sympathy and
it worked.
It worked like a charm. 100%. Like
100%.
Just imagine
to a T.
Just imagine if a fly would have landed on him and he would have slipped and that bullet would have really went down. Then we wouldn't be having this conversation like it's a conspiracy.
That's true.
But how I feel, it's like I can't say it's a conspiracy. I feel like on both sides of the aisles is people on the hinges, like ready to twitch out any minute. You know what I mean? Because they side didn't win. But with that being said, what I was saying is that during the primaries and stuff, when they was going to pick who's going to represent the Republicans, Trump was the best they had.
Yeah,
he hands down.
But why did Musk jump on the wagon?
Because he kind of seen a vision that he didn't see all the way clearly. You know what I mean? He just seen a vision that, okay, this is a chance I can put myself out there, get my business. He didn't think it would turn out how it would turn
you're right
out.
with that.
You know what I mean?
But Trump was going to give him like, listen, you roll with me. I know you're going to.
He did. One thing I can say about
I'm going to give you all these cuts for your businesses.
Listen, they gave the courts, the Supreme Court, if I'm not mistaken, just made it so that Doge, whatever.
Dodge.
They can get the security, the Social Security access
to all security people.
And that's like, yo, how you want to get these cats?
The
rights over, not the rights, but give them access to information.
But how crazy that sound that now he's like, I'm stepping down now after you gave him all this access to everybody's situation, and I was like, nah, never mind, I'm stepping down. After I done told everybody that worked for the federal, I fired all these people, and everybody that worked for the federal government, you got to report to me, what you did for the week and all of that, But now I'm stepping down, and now that looks crazy,
all the way. That thing is all the way crazy because now what they've done is given
the opposition.
Now I'm not even going to say so much the opposition. I'm just going to say they gave this to people that honestly, I don't really know what they're going to do with the information that they receive or that they find out. They say it might be because they want to find who's doing this and doing that, and if they skimming off the top type, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and he ain't find. I feel as though he ain't find enough. Enough fraud money, as they said.
Right.
But it's like they're little back and forth right now. It's kind of crazy because he's saying that without me, you wouldn't have won the election.
He might be right.
That's a fact.
He might be right.
He got him Pennsylvania. I think.
He might be right.
And he said like, you coming back at me? All right, well, you was in the Epstein files. That's why they're not releasing. That's why you won't release the whole Epstein situation.
Yeah, we ain't gonna release that.
Trump's already released the files yet?
And all, no, they come on, man. Yo. Now that as a conspiracy I can ride with.
What?
As far as the boy Epstein coming up missing.
Yeah, they murked him.
That I can ride.
Kill himself.
Listen, I can ride with that.
They murked him in that.
But Trump getting, it's set up. I don't know. It's an iffy thing.
Trump running for president. He got too many powerful people in his book.
Right.
He had to get up out of here.
Right. No.
Like, you gonna mess up a whole lot of situations.
Hey, but the country voted for him. I mean,
you gotta rock out. What? How many got 3.5 years left?
It doesn't matter.
You gotta rock out with him.
You voted for him, and this is what you get. Like, yeah. Like, I don't know if and I'm not saying that we would have been better off with Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris.
Kamala. However, I'm not saying we'd have been better off, but it is what it is. They voted. The country voted. Yeah. And
they messed up with that. The Democrats ain't run a good campaign with that.
They ain't got that.
That's neither here nor there. That's behind us. Now we can't do nothing about it now. Because even if you impeach Trump, you got Vance behind us that will run.
Oh, I think
he worse than Trump.
I think he. That's me, Pete. That's me. That's my personal.
So what are you gonna do?
I'd rather rock out with Trump. So, keep Trump in all day. Yeah, let's rock out with him because I don't think it's gonna play out right better. Because now, to my understanding, like it's I don't want to get religious on the situation because, by the way, I don't follow no religion. I just believe.
You atheist?
No, I'm not atheist. I just believe in a higher power.
Which one? We're not gonna get
someone other than us. Yeah,
God.
That's what you want to call him. That's what he is.
Not what I want to. I actually what you want to call him.
I don't know if it's a he or a she or what. But I believe in a high. I'm just gonna say it like this. I believe in a higher power. I don't follow Christian. I'm not Jewish. I'm not.
You're Muslim?
I'm not. No, I'm not Muslim. Not none of that. I just believe. I believe in a higher power.
So you're a Big Bang theorist?
No, I'm not in Scientology and all that. No, I'm not.
I do the same way.
Yeah, that's how God, the engineer, Reggie White, he's in the building, making sure this thing runs smooth. But yeah, I don't agree, with a lot of things. And no, I'm not religious or follow a religion, I should say. But
everything happens for a reason.
Right. And I do believe.
Somebody pulling the strings.
Right. Also, I want to let the people know, like, look, we do not, hands down, we ain't with the violence stuff. Like, that's corny. To us, that's corny because violence only begets more violence at the end of the day. So with that being said, listen, I think that Trump and Elon Musk situation, I think Elon Musk is just coming to the realization like, damn, maybe I made the wrong gamble. Maybe I didn't. Or maybe this is just a whole...
No, he was losing too much money on Tesla, bro. He's like, no, my main job is suffering. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna be here this long with this job with you. So right. I'm stepping out.
But one thing I can say...
And then the first thing he stepped out, he made a grand thing about, I'm making a statement. You remember he was next to him and I'm coming out. And then 2 days later, he was like, this big bill that Trump is crazy. I don't support it.
It's too late now.
And then Trump came back at him, was like, people that step out, they usually
I'm a ride with that. I agree with what Trump said.
I'm like, yeah, that's right.
Now you ain't running with the clique, and now
you want to talk.
Now you want to talk this, and you want to put the BI out there. Like, yeah.
And then Musk was like, oh, all right, you saying that? All right. Well, open up the Epstein files then. What's up? So, yeah, he told open up the file.
Because
that's why he's not releasing that joke. He's not dropping.
You know what? A lot of people will go under.
That's why he died in the first place.
This Puffy situation is starting to spill over into that.
Yeah, right. Yeah. We're gonna get to that though. We're gonna get to that Puffy situation and seeing how the Epstein and the whole
Trump said that he would look into pardon Diddy. He got looking to see if he was dealt unfair. If you pardon NBA YoungBoy,
come on, man. Yeah, he wasn't even
Kodak Black.
He wasn't even facing a couple of years, and then you pardon Larry Hoover.
To the States.
To the States.
Yeah, we talked about that the last one.
200 years. You still got 200 years.
So you really didn't do nothing.
And a lot of people literally thought he was coming home.
Yeah, they was like, he's coming home. Like,
no, he's not.
He just dropped the level down.
Yeah, he just dropped.
He can get visits now.
Exactly.
That's it.
He can speak on the phone crazily. And that's it. He can get a cell phone and take pictures and all that. Yeah. He can
get some JPEG.
Yeah. He could do all that. Be on the kiosk and do
all 23 in one.
Yeah.
And he's back in the yard.
Compound up. Yeah.
That's it. He ain't freed. He just got a little bit more freedom inside.
Right. And a lot of people literally thought, but
that's how dumb people is though.
But back on track with the Elon Musk and Trump situation, hey man, I ain't picking no sides with either or. I'm just saying, like,
I'm sitting back with the popcorn.
Right? Yeah, it's a movie. It's a movie in making. And this with Elon Musk, you shouldn't have spilled all that. Yeah, I mean,
why
if
not?
You ain't, because if you put your money into
you want to talk shit.
But you know what? Listen. But Eli, he if you knew you was gonna, he didn't know, because if he knew, I don't think he would have made this choice. So let me say it like this.
No, Elon came back and was like, that big beautiful bill is messed up.
It is in a way, but one thing I don't.
And Trump was like, oh, what? After all I did for you, I saw the Tesla. I put on the White House wall.
Right.
And you talk about
just from that alone. Boarded up in like little clip snips like on a line, like yeah.
That's how you do
to see that, like, okay,
everybody
buy the shares type joint, yeah. But
they said that he didn't pass. What'd you say? He didn't pass a certain law with the electric cars or something like that.
I guess, and that probably what it is.
He was mad about that.
That's probably what he probably upset about, because that dealing with what he's
Costing
working with.
money.
It's costing him money, and the people behind him like, yo, damn, you gave him all this money, and you're not getting what.
Well, I'm interested to see what it's going to lead into, though. What's next about it?
Well, you know what? I think Elon Musk's going to back a Democrat now, and you know he's going to get what he wants at the end of the day. But he's going to back a Democrat.
After he done put $270 million in
he's going to back. He's going. Yeah, they're going to beef and all this good shit, and they might not beef. It could all be a movie. But at
this
the end
whole
of the day,
thing is like a movie.
Yeah.
In 30 years, they gonna run this whole Trump situation as a movie because you can't write this shit that he be doing.
No, he, yo, that right there.
This right here is a whole like motion picture, you know, that Trump be doing.
But moving right along, listen, now we're going to, because like, people's like, dad, that Epstein and the Diddy situation starting to.
You think Diddy was in the Epstein files?
Ooh, goddamn!
I don't think that might have been.
He's. I'm not gonna. You know.
How is that connected though? You just said.
How I believe it's connected is some type of way or form is because of the people that they both knew. Like say like. I knew such and such, X, Y, Z.
And they was at the Epstein Islands.
Right. And then next thing you know, once that fell, he didn't know where to go. So he came to me. Type, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it like that.
But Trump did say he might pardon Diddy depending on what it is.
At the end of the day,
what's going on?
With you, I don't think Trump gonna pardon him.
Yeah.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
He might not.
Nah, he's not.
But he gotta get convicted first.
Yeah,
first of all.
First. But then again, you never know because he pardoned NBA young boy. He wasn't even facing no
he just violated his probation.
Yeah, you know, and that's a good look, yo. Yeah. He pardoned.
I think Trump did that to say, you see what I do for y'all people?
Right.
Y'all gotta rock out with me.
So you saying
it's a good look?
So what you saying? He gave out some tokens?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
That's one of his not excuses. One of his reasons is to say that I've done more for black people than any other president. You know, he said that.
Right. But you know what? I'm not going to touch that because that's a sticky situation. But what I will say is this. People need to do a little research, whether he was doing it just to gain some brownie points or whatever. I think some people need to do a little research into that. That's all I'm gonna say.
No, because people, yeah, you're right. Though.
I think a lot of people think
they just scratch the surface with shit.
Right, like this president did all of this and all of that. Really, he hasn't.
No. But Trump will put it out there. I did this and then the third.
Yeah,
but he really hasn't.
And all I'm gonna say,
he toots his own horn.
Right. And all I'm gonna say, whether he did it to gain brownie points or to gain the popularity, whatever, he did it. And all I'm saying is fact check and Google it. Like, don't just go on the Facebook and listen to all that. Whatever they talking about, no. Fact check. Ask questions to the Google. Google knows a lot. That's one thing I'm gonna tell you. But fact check it. Because I'm not gonna sit here and tell y'all. Because I'm just gonna say like that. Because I'm not gonna say I disagree or agree with it. If he did more or less, I'm just gonna say fact check it. And a lot of people will be surprised. So they'd be like,
back to the Diddy thing. You think he getting off or convicted?
All he needs is one though.
I mean, one what?
Like one of the jurors to be like, nah.
That's what he keep looking at the jurors like, yo, what's up,
man?
The judge that came out was tell Diddy to stop looking at the jurors.
Like, trust me.
Because all he's doing, he's on the defense, right?
Right. He's on the defense.
So his guys got to cross-examine every witness they bring up to bring up lack of credibility for the witness.
Right.
But if you bring up witness after witness after witness after witness that's saying,
I want to know when. Go ahead.
If you bring a witness after witness that's saying like, yo, he did me dirty, had me with this whole freak offs thing and so then Your job as a defense lawyer is to come in and be like, okay, where is the law being broken at? Where is the trafficking? And
that's where it all.
And where is we holding against your will?
Right. That's that's the part I want to understand. Where do the holding against the will, you being forced to come to this party or take that trip? Because if I'm not mistaken, I mean, that's still that's been going on centuries. Motherfuckers calling a girl they know or their girlfriend that lives in California and be like, yo, come to New York and when
you like, yo, come through from PA to come to Jersey to the crib. Is that trafficking?
That's how they perceive it. But
but then they like hold against the will. I think the prosecution is just trying to pile on the evidence of him being like a super duper
free
against people's will.
That's all I'm getting so far.
That's going to cloud the jury's vision and be like, you know what? He's just a super bad person. This is locked up, regardless if it's trafficking or not. That's how I look at it.
And that's crazy because people could ride with something like that.
Yeah, they could. But
forget about the law because
he's a piece of.
Just because he's a super extra freak. They like, you know what? The hell with him. Like we ain't even paying attention to.
Who do they bring up? Is it Cassie?
His assistant, one of his assistants,
a couple assistants,
Dawn Robertson.
It's a lot of people.
And the boy Q was like, yo, you gave me one of these joints to knock me out. Like that's
he's a freak too.
I was like, real talk. And then the crazy part is, I'm not jacking that psychological control he had over me when you left.
Money control.
It was money because they got used to living a certain lifestyle. And when
with 50 baby mom, she said he was gonna cut.
That's another thing. Now it makes sense why 50 be going in on him. Now it makes a lot of sense. Now, why 50 is really? I was always like,
why you going so hard on these balls?
Now it's making sense.
Like once a week he would put a meme against Puffy, and
now it's making sense.
You had his baby mom and your little freak on situation.
Now it's making sense. Now, see, people on the other side, they wouldn't see and understand what we will see and understand. You understand? Because we know here and there the shenanigans. We may not know everything, but we know a lot of shenanigans when we see.
Bro, we was consumers of the music and still heard crazy shit about Puffy.
Right.
And then you see Diddy always coming
right here. This was overboard, right?
Yeah. I didn't expect this.
I didn't expect all that.
It's like, God damn,
real talk.
You was awesome. Actually.
If that's what he want to do, that's him. I'm not.
But they're trying to say he broke the law, though.
Where? When did he break the law more than what Hugh Hefner had going on his party?
See that? Look, that's because Hugh Hefner sold sex.
Huh?
He has an element.
It's a race situation. Listen, conspiracy alert. He was white. Hugh Hefner white. Puffy black.
He did the same thing Hugh Hefner.
But Hugh Hefner was like,
and man was getting lit.
I sell Playboy. I sell sex. What do you expect from me?
Right.
That's what it is.
Okay. So I see what you said. So
Puffy wasn't selling sex. He's selling music.
Image.
The image of Hugh Hefner is I'm selling sex.
Same thing as him.
Puffy was not selling sex. He's selling music.
So alcohol.
No. So this is our guy, Reg. He's giving us a little, his point of view on what's, the similarities between him and Hugh Hefner. To me, Hugh Hefner was literally doing.
But they call everybody. They call all the other people.
Puffy was more so a face of. When you see Puffy, you didn't. No music, liquor, Ciroc. You put him with that. Yeah. You understand?
When all this came out,
but listen, that was a dance at that time. But anyway, with Hugh Hefner, he was more so.
I'm selling sex.
Look,
I got Playboy Playmate of the Year and all that.
But a lot of Puffy's, not Puffy, but 50 Cent's girl, it was said that she said she felt like, you know what I mean? Like
he held her against her will.
it's more so that she had to and she wanted to get money.
So
That's how I
50,
take it.
like, this is after she dealt with 50?
I don't even know. I think it was while they was together.
That'd be more of a juicy situation.
Yo, that's crazy. Now I understand why 50 go at her.
That's one of the reasons. I think.
I agree. I agree. I think it's some hidden layers because I was always wondering, like, damn, 50
go hard on Puffy and he go hard on Ja Rule. That's two.
Ja Rule, I can understand. Puffy, I understand why. But yeah, we moving right along. Like, we just gave our point of view on the Diddy situation. It's really
Trump
Diddy.
situation.
Like, Trump, Diddy. It's just
every week is something new. We got to report on it.
Yeah.
Every week is something new.
Every week.
Like,
and for the people that's been laying under a rock and whatnot,
they know what's up.
Yeah, we letting you know.
Because we text back and forth about, like, yo, did you hear? Like, that's crazy. We gotta talk about this shit, right?
It's been real crazy
every week.
And it's like
the Diddy / Trump news. How long was this case going to last, you think? The Diddy case?
I think by the end of the month, it's over.
Are you going to wrap it up?
Yeah. I want to see who the defense going to call. Because I ain't.
How long has it been? Like, they said day 17.
Yeah,
so that's
something like that, because all I've been seeing is the prosecution been rolling them out, and they hitting them like, okay, we're gonna hit you with something like, okay, that didn't work. Now we're going
Kid Cudi next.
Come on. Diddy, one of Diddy's lawyers, really, I think he did what they gotta do.
Yeah.
The way he came at, I think it was
that girl,
the assistant, the way he
kill her credibility.
Right. The way he came at her, because they've been trying to tender with it, I should say, because they don't want to offend nobody as far as
the case is concerned.
And as far as people that's really going through something, that stuff really happened to. So they feel like, look, but at the same time, they like, look, we gotta attack it, and it's a different. We gotta go.
The defense.
Yeah, and the way
we gotta get this dude off. We paid millions of dollars to get him off of this.
Like, look, they get the money kicking out, man. Like, I know a lot of shit ain't guaranteed, but
he paid us to do it.
That's all I'm gonna say on that.
Like I said in the last pod, his career is a dub. That's a rap.
His attorney,
he might get off, be able to go home, but he's not making it.
I don't think
he's not doing no sit down interviews with nobody credible.
No sit down, he still might be able to do it once you
like 2020. Like, how did you feel after you got acquitted? And that's it.
But that's a check still.
It's a check, but it's not like the millions and millions he was making before.
Yeah.
And the crazy part is, remember before this, he was sending out to everybody like, you want your masters, sign this that you're not gonna talk about me after this. Right. He knew this was coming.
Right.
He knew this was coming. Somebody took over like, yo, Cassie about to throw the whole monkey wrench in your whole program. So you better be good to everybody that you did wrong or you think you did wrong. Yeah. And some people was like, I'm not rocking with that because he did me wrong for like 20 years. Like, no.
But a lot of people stood. I don't care. Listen, they say the psychological thing, the mental thing and all that, they still stood there because what? They got so accustomed to the lifestyle and they felt like, damn, let me subject myself to being humiliated and all that good stuff. Because what? They got so accustomed to the lifestyle they was living.
But how they trying to spin it is now. It was against
it
was against my will. I'm a victim.
Right. Now they're a victim.
He said he was gonna cut me off from this.
Right. Okay. It's okay.
Well, go back to living your regular 9-to-5 situation.
But you know what? They couldn't stand that because again,
they
got accustomed to living a certain lifestyle. And
they got Diddy on voicemail talking about like, I'm gonna cut you off for everything. Talking about 50 BM.
Yeah.
They're like, yo, I don't know who you think you know what I mean, but I can cut you off like that.
Right.
So
right. And
it's hard to go back to oodles and noodles after eating filet mignon.
Right, real talk. It's hard to go back to eating oodles and noodles and regular chicken in the oven that you cooking
and all that.
when you was out in Bahamas and Turks and Caicos, you know.
And all you need to do is a freak off per week.
Yeah. All you got to do is pretend to be my assistant and do some freak off when I want you to.
Oh man,
that's what it is. And so
crazy.
Now they're victims.
I can't wait to see how it's going to turn out, though.
Yeah.
Either way, it's going to be controversial.
Right. I believe
the verdict going to be controversial either way.
Either he do or he don't. You know what I mean? I think. But what I'm not feeling,
and they talking about it everywhere.
Right. And what I'm not feeling is like a lot of people, like people that really been through something, that really been affected.
Yeah.
It's like everything is being played out like in a circus type atmosphere because
that's the time we living in, though.
Right, because everybody want to buy it. Everybody want a way to get to a.
There was a hotline about like, yo, if Diddy did you dirty hotline.
Yo, Punisher
for like
Punisher right now is about to publish a book.
Oh my God.
About
he's getting the bag off.
He's getting the bag, yo. Right?
He just did an interview with Vlad last week. I just seen the interview.
Yo,
Vlad got back for the interview, and he dropping the fuck, and he did a show with Mace. Remember? No, Cam. My bad. Cam and Cam was asking some crazy. We're not gonna get into all that.
Oh man, we ain't gonna get into what.
But he's doing interviews with everybody,
and I'm not mad at it.
I'll get the bag.
I would do it too. I would write like part 1 and part 2.
Part 2 book.
Yeah,
my life is Diddy's calling boy.
Yeah, real talk.
Yeah, he's getting paid. And he's an older dude, so he probably retired from that lifestyle.
But you know what? At the end of the day, when the lights is off and the 15 minutes is gone, now you're gonna, because you know what? Because they gonna, some of them, I'm not gonna say all of them, some of them gonna be like, damn, now look at me, I gotta go back to this.
Nah, what you do is you take that bread, you invest, and keep making that money to make money.
Yeah, you right.
Unless you want to spend money to look good.
No, a lot of them want to spend that money to look good and pay, overpay for everything. Just to look good and to be.
That dude, he about to go on 2020. He was already on Vlad.
And you know what? Right. And he's getting a bag. And you know what? He got a family to feed. And like I said, the people can, I could be wrong, but this is my opinion. What I'm saying is like the people that was there, a part of it, they had a chance to walk away.
Yeah.
They had a chance to step away and be like, yo, this is not righteous.
But they was gonna step away from the lifestyle, and that's
and there it all, and that's where it all thickens. Because they grew to being in a certain lifestyle, living a certain way. Yeah. So now they feel like,
and that's what the defense need to play on.
Right. And the one boy, and that's what leads me back to this. The one attorney, I forgot his name. I got to get his name, that was going in on the last one. Like, yeah, that's how you got to attack that. Yeah, because being soft and you got to take off the glove, that's just say. Because you have no.
He came at the assistant,
yeah.
But you did have a chance to walk away. I know this is all crazy, but you did have a chance to not answer the phone.
Right. You did have a chance. You did. You still had.
And she said, well, I was accustomed to this. My kid is sick.
Exactly.
And so I needed money to pay for this.
Right. And you needed the money for this. And so you know what? You said, you know what? The hell with that.
I'll deal with it.
The hell with my morals. The hell with how it may seem. I'm going to deal with it because I got to pay for this.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm seeing out of it.
It is what it is. That's what it is.
That's what I'm getting out of it.
It's nothing against the Me Too or whatever. If you have a choice and you can get up out of there, but you want to stay because of a certain lifestyle you want to continue to live. You don't want to go back to 9 to 5 at oodles and noodles. And but you got to do a freak off or two.
Right. Every 2-3 days.
And you with that?
Yeah.
And you deal with a madman that had all types of crazy stuff with the freak off.
Right.
That's all you. That's how I look. I listen. It is what it is. Yeah, if you get chained up in a fucking room somewhere and you against your will, that's one thing.
That's one thing. If somebody really literally got you, but if he got you mentally chained with money, trips, and gifts, I can't jack it. And that's why I ride with What Bill Maher was talking about. What Bill Maher was talking about. I ride with that. I stand with that. Because at the end of the day, Tina Turner walked away with 37 cents in her pocket.
And she went out and made What's Love Got to Do with it after that.
And she killed her. And where did I go?
After that. The situation's flipped. So it can't happen.
Right. So, like, it can't, like, I refuse to believe, like, it would help them was the money, was the fame, was the gifts. Just being in his presence of someone famous that can make moves and call shots.
Don't get it twisted. He still was a piece of shit for
that part, especially.
But legally, you wasn't held against your
right. And what you said about piece of shit and all that. Okay, what he did to Cassidy, the beat down and all that. That was crazy. That was out of pocket.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. That we ain't going to sugarcoat that. That we here at SP Hustle Hard, we do not condone violence, domestic violence, any type of violence,
no matter what the last pod was talking about.
Right? Real talk. But that right there,
he's not being charged for that.
Right, he's not.
But he's not being charged with domestic violence.
But you know what? They brought that out. See how
and the RICO.
Right, but you see how the prosecution brung that out.
They have to.
So they put that in their mind, like
you have. Yeah, you see this. This is another girl for you.
Right.
She said that he was doing all
right, and so. And the way the prosecution
is beatable. I said that day one is beatable, bro.
It could be.
You got to have a good enough defense. It's going to be like
right.
But
one of us, we'd have been under the. We'd have been.
Oh yeah, right.
It wouldn't even last.
What is all a PD would have been like? Listen, you got to at least do 10.
Yeah. At least do 10 to 12. And
this is above my pay grade.
Yeah, this is above my pay grade. I can't go no further.
So sign here.
Yeah, sign here. You be like this.
Like,
damn it, I didn't even do half this shit they got me for, and I got to sign off on this. Because I know you looking at it like, yo, yeah.
This is as far as I can take you.
This is as far as I can take you. All that's being said right now.
It's a lot.
That's making me.
Some of you was doing all this.
Like, God damn, I was with you with the pee in the mouth, but God damn, like this.
How many girls they gonna bring in?
Yeah. Real talk.
That's why Puffy dropped that bag on her. Like, yo, I don't care what you do. They discredit everybody.
They said he paid millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah, you have to.
But a lot of them still, like, do they still get that check though?
You have, it's a pro bono situation. Like, you pay up front and pay.
But no, they coming to testify against him. What I'm saying,
who
the people that he paid off, that's coming forward saying this, like the assistant. I think he paid.
It don't matter. He paid Cassie, and she still came forward.
No, he stopped. He tried to stop
and
that
that's
money.
why she came forward.
Yeah, and
I still understand why the defense didn't bring that up.
That was the nail in the coffin. That was the nail in the coffin to bring everybody out the woodwork. Yep. They like, damn, he selling that quick.
Yep, I'm about to come through. I need a bag or now.
Yeah, and they don't want to see him go to jail. They want that money.
Yeah,
billion, but yeah. They want that money.
That's crazy.
They don't care if he go to jail. Matter of fact, they would walk down the street every day looking at him if they know they can get that 20 million.
He's not giving. That's why I think he was like, listen, let's go to court because I'm not giving them out no more bags. I already gave everybody. I gave everybody publishing that was on Bad Boy that I told I was gonna give it to.
It's too late. It's too late because a lot of them. Now
you got to fight in public.
I'm not going to say.
Diddy lost like billions with this situation, bro.
No, he still got a couple of dollars coming from different.
They said his private plane. He's still making money off his private plane right now.
Yeah, because he's renting it out.
Yeah, you heard about that, right?
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
You got it. Listen, you're going to drop down a couple notches from your riches, but
yeah, of course.
You won't be good.
But I'm more.
But your public image is shot.
He's willing to sacrifice all
you
that.
You have to
just to get back, because I'm sure he's not going to be where he was, but he's going to still be well off.
He's like, at least I'm not in jail,
right? And
I'm not where R. Kelly is.
Yeah, yeah.
He's like, yeah.
The R. Kelly's a touchy situation, but
he's not in jail. R. Kelly in jail.
Yeah.
And still not getting streams. Right. I'm outside home.
He's not getting streams.
You might, but who's playing R. Kelly?
To nobody.
What do you mean they didn't do that to nobody?
R. Kelly.
They got specials and everything. People coming forward.
That was R. Kelly.
What are you
I'm
talking
about Robert. Robert is his real name.
What do you know? Robert is the dude that did the worst shit.
No. R. Kelly did the worst.
No, R. Kelly made the music. Robert was the one sitting outside of McDonald's.
My bad. Let me rephrase that. R. Kelly did the bad shit. Robert made.
What was the last time you heard R. Kelly's music on the radio?
Oh,
exactly.
Nah, I heard some.
He's not getting no residuals.
He's
not getting no residuals off no R. No, you didn't. Nobody's stepping in the name of love no more, bro.
Nah,
it's a rap for that.
Fly, too.
Nobody's playing that.
God.
I believe if you go on and watch what was I believe I can fly this shit, that was on
the Michael Jordan what's that
Space Jam. They might have cut that shit from the beginning of that whole movie.
I'm gonna go back and see if that's on because every time he still or either he might have got
because you get a check from that every time that stream.
I'm thinking about streaming that.
But he was complaining that they're not paying him for his streams. It was like, bro, they're not streaming your music like that.
Dude, you locked up. You ain't got no say. You're a number now. So we don't care what you saying. Sue us when you get out.
That's crazy.
You want this money? Yeah.
Because like we said in the other podcast, Elvis did worse.
Yeah.
Married a 16-year-old.
Yeah. But then again,
but we're not gonna get off topic.
Yeah, we ain't gonna get off topic. But we're moving right along. Look, listen, people. Listen, hands down, that Clips joint gonna be fire.
New album, July.
Yeah, July 11th. I wish it would come up. They pushed the date up and come out sooner.
What's the new Ace Trumpets? The new song they got out?
What?
Ace Trumpets, a song.
Yeah, Ace Trumpet. Yeah, that thing is nice. That thing is nice.
The new single. Yeah,
he didn't get dropped. He bought his way out of Def Jam because because they wanted him.
They
to tell
Kendrick off on out.
But it wasn't so much of the feature. It was more so what Kendrick was rapping about, saying
that they wanted that Drake or something.
I didn't hear it, so maybe so.
So they left. It was like we gonna go deal with Hov directly.
What happened was, Def Jam wanted him
to
talk to Kendrick to change the lyrics.
Oh, wow!
And it was like, and he was like, nah, I'm not doing that. Nah, I'm not asking him to change his lyrics after we just got this man, to be on what he didn't have to do. Like, nah, So
we gonna go over here and release that.
And that's the parent company with UMG or UGM.
Who, That's ain't no parent company. They're on the UMG. They just went somewhere else.
It's tied in.
They went diagonally somewhere else.
But somewhere they tied in with Drake.
UMG.
They're all on the UMG.
Yeah.
Which is Universal Music Group.
And which is Def Jam, if I'm not mistaken.
No, it's Universal. Universal is like the parent company. You got a bunch of small.
Right. So what it is that they probably, we
need you to drop. We ain't trying to get in the middle of that. We like Drake.
We like Drake. He's still
Def Jam is on his last legs anyway. Like, why would you do that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Who's under Def Jam now? Nobody.
Benny the
Def
Butcher.
Jam ain't Def Jam.
I fuck with Benny the Butcher.
Is he under Def Jam? No, I think he's independent.
No, he's under Def Jam. Benny the Butcher.
Is he?
So Google that. Take a shot. If I'm right, you got to take 2 shots. Yeah, he's under Def Jam now.
Let me see.
Yeah, Benny the Butcher is under Def Jam.
Def Jam artist.
Yeah, Benny the Butcher.
Def Jam artist. Because from what I understand,
not the artist.
What I understand, like Def Jam is on their last legs.
Benny the Butcher signed to Def Jam? Is he an artist of Def Jam?
They're like a novelty act. 2 Chainz is over there. Look at all these older.
His is signed to do good music.
No, he's not good music. Who is Benny the Butcher signed to? No,
Yeah, see?
Rock Nation and Def Jam recorded. You right.
Get your So that's what we do here.
That's how they deal with Def Jam recorders for upcoming releases.
Yeah. So they got him and
God damn,
2 Chainz and all that. But
they're not like how it was in the 90s.
No.
The Def Jam was like the Bulls.
Yeah.
The Chicago Bulls.
Yeah. They was at one point. But back to what we was talking about. So the Clips album, oh man, I can't wait till that drop.
Yeah, but is the younger audience gonna receive it like how we receiving it?
No. But I think it's more
like the NBA YoungBoy fans and who's the boy that came out that you say you listened to? That you was like, yo, I listened to this album, it's all right. Not NBA YoungBoy. What's the other young YN that you
I'm trying to see who it was. It was so many of them that I listened to now
recently.
I'm trying to see. I think it's it's not Todd.
TikTok.
Yeah, right. It's gonna come to me. But as we move along,
but the kids, are they gonna accept? Because 35 and up, or 30 and up, they're not gonna receive the Clips. They're not gonna listen to Ace Trumpets like we listen to Ace Trumpets.
Right. I think.
You think they're gonna like run and download the new Clips?
I'm gonna tell you right now.
This Clips been out 25 years, bro.
I think the Clips, from the little bit that I heard already, I think the Clips gonna be because they the best. There's no
who else is out?
Real
you
talk.
Still got
you still got West Side Gunna still putting stuff out.
No, that's for us.
Right.
Griselda is 35, 30 and up, bro.
But overall,
the
Clips is the best thing going on right now after Kendrick.
I don't know. Bro.
Yeah, it is. I'm telling you. After
Clips. YNs, I don't know if they're gonna listen to the Clips.
The Locks is no.
What are the YNs listening to?
Dipset.
No, they're not. They know Dipset. They're not even rocking out with each other right now.
And what I'm talking about overall, the whole board. You know what I mean? Not just one set of people listening to. I'm talking about overall.
Yeah.
I think as far as the rap scene, I think with the Clips when they drop that out. The hype gonna be so up with Pharrell doing the beats again. Yeah. I think
the Ace Trumpets is fire, bro.
And I think the Clips is that right there. They that. No. You know what I mean? I mean, for us, like, you know what I mean? We listen to West Side Gunna. We listen to the Machine, Conway the Machine, and Benny the Butcher.
Not everybody listens to them though. I rock with them though.
Yeah, but they good. They real good.
Yeah.
But as far as the
music is just in a weird space right now. I mean, it's music in general, like hip hop and R&B is in a weird space right now.
Rap. I think it's rap.
You think it's rap?
Yeah. But it's gonna come back. It's just that
because people still riding the Kendrick and Drake beef.
Yeah. And
then Future's somewhere in between in there. People still rock with Future, but
even though he talk about the lean and all that crazy shit too heavy.
That was one song.
No, it's a lot. I do listen to him still though. I do listen to him still.
Yeah, Future's a vibe.
Yeah, yes he is.
I just thought about it, man. Why y'all ain't saying nothing about Joey Badass keeping the
they beefing with the West Coast. You heard about that?
Yeah.
The whole West Coast, man?
Yeah, come on, man.
He said
you gotta understand. A lot of people do things just to get a little attention and get a look.
So that's from your hood.
Yeah, I understand that, but that don't mean I co-sign it.
Did you listen to it?
I listened to some of it.
Joey nice. And he's a hell of an actor. He got an award for being an actor. He's on Raising Kanan.
We ain't going to sugarcoat that. Lyrically, he's definitely
nice. He's dead nice. And that album was all right.
But coming at like,
you think it's a clout chase?
I think that and more of a soul just to get more attention to what he got going on. And I'm not mad at it. And I'm not mad at him. Do what you do, Joey Badass. Lyrically, I think you're flame. You're flame. You're flame with young. Your lyrics is there. Hands down. But back to what we was talking about, the Clips new album. Oh man, I just want them to push that up.
I'm waiting on that.
Now
that's the most anticipated album that's coming out, I think, this summertime.
And one thing I'm disappointed in is that Lil Wayne album.
Everybody's saying that.
I'm like, I
feel like he dropped the 2006 album in 2025. I heard a couple of tracks.
Son, I was like, I'm disappointed.
The lyrics is there, but it's just like,
Son, I think he got like one song, maybe two, that's good on the whole album.
What?
That joint, I'm mad, man.
And it's a Carter.
Pass that right here, man. Pass the Jose Cuervo. Pass the Jose Cuervo, man. Listen, please.
I heard the intro and I was like,
pass the whole. I gotta take a drink on that.
The lyrics is still there? The lyrics is there. Like, he's still nice though, right?
Yeah, he's still nice, but I gotta take a drink.
It's not hitting like that.
It's not hitting like that, man.
It's a hit and miss.
I like it.
How much did you hear of it though? I heard like 4 or 5 tracks, and I was like,
I think it's the one that got like 10, 11, like somewhere like I heard the majority of it,
and you was like scared.
And it's just I play it through. Like, did I hear one? Oh shit! Okay,
and then you start doing other shit like, oh, I guess it wasn't like that because my attention went elsewhere.
And I'm like, this ain't Lil Wayne, man.
Should it be a Carter?
No, Carters are always fire.
Okay, do you think this album, excuse my language, fucks up the brand
of the Carters?
Yes. Yeah.
It should just be
you should have just left it alone.
I think
should have been a mixtape.
I think it's the Carter 6, right?
Yeah, it's the Carter 6.
I think the Carter 6, my opinion, and again, it's my opinion and his opinion and his opinion and your opinion. I think the Carter 6 mess up the Carter brand.
Damn.
I think this song right here, I was more listening to his singles that he was dropping on his little mixtape joints that I was in. I was like, yo, that's it. Yo, that's
you ain't hear it yet?
I'm scared.
Listen, man. Oh, man.
I heard like 3 tracks and I was like, skip.
Listen.
And then I was like, let me go on Twitter and see what everybody's talking about. Comment after comment was like, this ain't it. This ain't it. This ain't it.
Now I see why they didn't have him at the Super Bowl. Like real talk, man. Like, yo,
they were saying that on Twitter too. It was like Jay-Z was like, see, this is why I ain't put him on the Super Bowl. Cause he ain't got no new Hodges.
And lyrically,
and Kendrick said it's the hot.
And you know what? I would have made that's a boss move. Yeah, Kendrick is like, you don't want to go with flaming right now.
Who was more lit than Kendrick right now?
And he
after doing what he did to Drake, and then dropping the album after that,
right? And then performing at the Super Bowl and the controversy that was all wrapped around him performing.
If he's gonna perform and not like us and all
right.
that.
And
that's all money. All that attention is bringing in bread.
I'm Lil Wayne. Oh man, bro. Please come back.
Beat selection or like?
I think it's some of that.
It's all of it.
Yeah, I could say it's
because I think the bars are still like his metaphor, all that's still there.
Yeah,
but it's
still
like
there.
this ain't 2006 no more type. Like,
I'm just gonna say
because he's like 40 plus right now.
Listen, I'm just gonna say this, man. That right there, man. The call.
So it's like a boxer coming out at 42 years old, like he did his best, but he's over the hill right now.
Yeah,
is it Over the Hill album?
I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say.
So he can recover.
He can recover from this, but I think it still messes up.
You should have named the Carter.
Nah, he should have named that
mixtape
on the toilet.
Damn,
toilet. Yeah, I'm on the toilet. On the toilet, part 1.
Damn.
Yeah.
Not even shitting in a good way. Just you should have kept that drawing in your house.
Real talk. I'm mad, I mess with Lil Wayne. I like his music. He's there.
He's 40-something years old.
I'm mad.
He's 40-something years old, and like it's not all about lyrics no more. I told you, hip hop is in a weird space.
No, it is and it isn't. But that right there,
it wasn't hitting.
I think he got to change up who's producing the beats. Like,
remember Nas was getting knocked about like his
because he had Hit Boy, and Hit Boy is a good producer.
Who's Hit Boy did Wayne shit?
No, Hit Boy didn't do.
I'm talking about before he got with Hit Boy.
He got
a Grammy for King's Disease, I think too.
He got a Grammy nomination.
No, he got a Grammy.
Hit Boy.
That was during the pandemic.
Yeah, Hit Boy. He's that DJ. He's definitely that producer.
He'll give you a class.
Yeah, You can get that out of him. I just think a lot of these rappers don't mix the right beat with the right song and how they're delivering their lyrics. I think it's a lot of
new. You talking about like the older rappers that have been in the game like 20 plus years?
Right. They need to mix the right beat because a lot.
But what is the right beat these days?
You gotta listen to it. You gotta
listen to what?
You gotta listen to that.
What's
beat.
out now, or you gotta listen to what you like?
That too. Stop listening to what you like.
So you gotta listen to what other people like.
Right. We in the
because they said Wayne said he don't listen to rappers and what's going on right now.
No, and that's cool.
And that's showed on this album.
And that's cool. Yes, it did.
See,
cool. He gotta listen to what's going on and what they listen to the lyrics, the beat, not the
but
lyrics, the beats.
But where do you
the sound?
Like, where do you? So you're not contradicting your brand as far as taking in what's going on right now.
If you want to be well-rounded, I think you got to blend it in with what's...
And adjust?
Yeah, you got to adjust.
Fabulous.
Oh, Fabulous.
You have to be Fabulous.
Yeah.
Fabulous hasn't dropped in like 4 years.
But when you do, guess what?
Yeah.
He hasn't dropped it. We don't know. No, he hasn't.
I think he got something.
Wait, when the last time Fab been on the radio? No, he wasn't.
Bro.
What song was on his radio?
Yeah, he got some...
That was years ago.
We ain't gonna talk
the Soul Tapes was years ago.
No, it wasn't something else. He right. Fab had something after that. After the Soul Tape.
Nah, the rappers we like, I call it. Whole Summer was 4 or 5 years ago.
Okay. What's the name of that mixtape?
That is the Summer Shootouts.
Okay, he got Summer Shootout 1, 2, 3, 4, bro. I'm telling you.
But that came out years ago. That wasn't on the radio.
Fact check. Google that. What's his latest song? What's his latest mixtape? And
it hasn't came out in a while. Listen. I get it. We like them rappers or whatever. They nice.
Right.
Rap, and that's why I keep saying rap is in a weird space because Kendrick been out 15 years.
Right.
And he's all over the radio.
Right.
And that's because of and I don't.
He's part of the plan.
Right. And
you said a plant?
He's part of the plan.
A plan or plant?
He's part of the UMG plan, bro.
Right. But
so you trying to say they made it that situation. That's why Drake's suing them. Yeah. So you riding with Drake on that situation.
They knew that. They knew. Real talk.
So they're like, wait, Kendrick blowing off on this song. We gonna rock out with this.
You know what's crazy though? You know what's crazy? And this is what I don't respect Kendrick for. Drake helped him out in his career.
Well, what? When he got started?
Yeah, taking him on tour and shit like that, getting him noticed.
Bro.
I'm just saying,
I'm gonna quote Drake. Sometimes you gotta AI Michael Jordan for your survival. You gotta take Jordan out there. You gotta cross him up and show it's a new boy in town.
Right.
And you gotta do your man's dirty.
Right. Okay.
For your survival.
Right. And that's but he's still you can't deny what Drake and you can't hear what he done for hip hop.
And on top of that, Drake still came out with an album that's on the radio right now with Party Next Door. He's still doing numbers. You can't kill this guy.
Right.
You can kill him. So he was like, "Oh, you want to kill me with the rap? I'll just do a song. I'll just do music with Party, and the girls is gonna rock with me regardless."
Right.
Because I got a brand and a fan base that's gonna rock out with me regardless. I'll drop an album,
and that's where I say he got the longevity. Where he got it still, and this is me speaking. I think he still can outlast Kendrick.
He probably can.
But this got to blow over. It's gonna take a while.
He can't go to rap. I don't think he go to rap and like hitting hard bars and none of that. He got to stay doing the music.
I think he got to collab. No, he.
That's why he didn't collab with Party. Party Next Door is an R&B artist.
Right.
He's like, let me go a little softer side. Let me bring in my girls back to the situation.
Right. He doing the LL thing. Okay. Yeah.
That's smart.
Right. No. Yes, it is.
That's how you stay relevant after losing a battle.
Right. And
that's smart. I did the same shit if I was him.
Right.
He's still relevant. He's still on the radio.
So we're going to go back on Indiana and OKC. They get sports.
Right now.
We in the building.
I don't know what the score is.
OKC, I don't know how you messed that first game up. Dog.
Halliburton.
God.
Light skinned niggas for the win. That Ryan Leslie looking like with the weird shot.
Boy, dark skin, stand up. What's
Nah,
his name,
bro. That's
Okay,
Shane dark skin. We're not gonna do the light skin versus dark skin thing. But
we might have to, man.
But that light skinned boy out in Indiana,
Halliburton, the way, he was cooking. He did his thing.
They was supposed to lose that game.
Yeah,
they was down 13. What? Like 2 minutes left.
Yo, that was crazy. But
in OKC.
Yeah,
bro, that was crazy. Man.
That was crazy.
That's good basketball, though.
That was definitely a good basketball game. But you know what? Yeah, Indiana's up 1-0, and you know right now they balling. They doing their thing.
What's the score with this game?
Let's see what's the score.
Cause I can't. Hold on, let me see what the score is. Cause as soon as this joint over, I gotta see what's going on with that joint. Face Indiana. Face the Pacers. Right now, we at 40-50. Oh, Thunder's up by 18 at the half. You can't never count Indiana out.
But that's
You can't never count
at the half. You know, it's 59-42, 41.
Game 2.
OKC game 2. You can't count Indiana out, like you said. But I want to say that OKC, this is a must game for them to win, though. They don't want to go back to Indiana like that.
Down 0-2, because that's how y'all New York Knicks was.
Yeah, we don't.
Once y'all got it together, start playing y'all bitch, it was too late.
Yeah, it was too late. Right. And speaking on the Knicks, they got rid of Tom Thibodeau.
What you think about that? That's his squad.
But I think
that's your guy. He brought y'all to the Eastern Conference Finals the first time since Sprewell now.
I know, but
when Ben Gundy was holding on to Lonzo Mourning leg and all that.
Well, I know that, but Tom, he wasn't. He needed to. He needed.
Oh, so you went to fire?
Yeah, no.
Who was better? Who's
no, they better? Got. You know who, Mike? And don't put it past Rick Brunson's his father.
That's the assistant coach,
and he might end up being the coach.
You think he gonna do better than Tibbs?
I don't know. And they
he doesn't have no type of reputation.
Oh, they listen at Jason. They're looking at Jason Kidd too.
Jason Kidd's coaching the Mavs.
No, he ain't. No, they got rid of Jason Kidd.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they is. Look at that.
Take a shot.
Yeah, they got rid of Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd ain't coaching
Jason Kidd is coaching the Mavs.
No, he's not. Jason Kidd is not.
Shots up. Hold on.
Current coach of the Mavs.
Because I seen that. I was like, why y'all talking about Jason Kidd? And he's still the coach.
Yeah. Take that shot.
The current head coach of the Mavericks is Jason Kidd.
No, he's not.
It just said it. You just told the people to check Google check shit.
Hold on.
It's right there in your face. Here, man. Shots up.
Who is the current coach right now in 2025 of the Dallas Mavericks?
Go add extra shit to the question. Jason Kidd. Shots up, man.
God damn it.
They trying to get him. Listen, what the Knicks are trying to do, they trying to get him away from the Mavericks. And they trying to get Kevin Durant. Will you accept Kevin Durant as a 30-something-plus-year-old? Because what they talking about now is that super team shit don't work no more. And it's proven that it don't work no more.
Especially with the young boys coming up.
You gotta have these young boys that's cool with each other, that play 2K and video games with each other for like the last 3 years.
Right.
And they're gonna have more continuity.
Right.
And they're gonna be able to bring you into the championship like OKC did.
Right.
You're not doing super teams no more.
Right. I think, but KD, I think we do need someone of his caliber. He brings a lot because KD could take over a game. And he can.
I mean, that's true. But KD is like 36, 37. He gives you 2 years, and that's right.
That's all we need.
Your window is that small.
That's what we need.
And who's gonna coach y'all?
And we can get him.
Phil Jackson.
I would listen. If we can get him or Booker out of Phoenix.
Booker's not leaving Phoenix.
Yeah,
he's gonna be there for a while. KD is going. If Beal ain't going, but KD's going.
But KD, I think we need somebody because I think Mikal Bridges. I was talking about this with somebody. Mikal Bridges, he's good. He was that boy when he was with New York. I mean, when he was with the Nets.
He was with the Nets first,
yeah. He was with Phoenix, I think, and then
he went to the Brooklyn,
and he was that boy because who the Brooklyn Nets have anyway?
They got
at that time when he was there. He was looked as to be the number one scorer or number two.
But when you go to the Knicks, you're the number 3 guy.
Right.
It's Jalen Brunson,
right.
And then
but this is how I see a caliber of KD fitting in because he could take over the number 2 or the number 3 or the number 1 slot as being a scorer.
KD comes in. Give me that ball. Y'all need to score.
I would give it to him. Yeah.
I'm a one option.
Yeah,
Jalen Brunson's gonna be like, nah, nigga, I'm the point guard and I'm the number 1 option.
I think
that's where the problem gonna come in.
One thing, no, the problem ain't gonna come in there because I know if they see somebody like him, they know. I think the team will know that they got a good chance of getting that.
Then they got to defer to KD.
You might have to somebody of his caliber. Right now, KD is the best thing out there. He's not winning nothing with Phoenix because they in the West.
They proved that
they's not, and they had shooters. They had Bill, they had Booker, they had KD, they had the boy at the center. They had shooters and players, and they still didn't work because it's not too many balls. One, the waste was when you got Bill. You didn't need Bill.
You didn't.
You didn't need Bill.
You need pieces around Booker and Durant.
Right. You just need strong, sturdy pieces.
You traded that Mikal Bridges. He was one of them, but you need to use him to get KD.
Right. And now look. Because you got all these. Because it's not enough balls. Because these are shooters.
And Booker's gonna want to leave soon.
Yeah, Booker gonna be.
He's like, I want to trade. You gonna do Damian Lillard? I want out.
But you know what? Bill, I think his career is more.
He's got no trade clause.
I think, but I think he's more of a player like, let me be the 6th man. I think he's more of a 6-man player.
He's not making 6-man money. He's making starting 5 money.
I know. But Bill, I think he at that point, if he can come off, if you can convince him to still give him that big buck and be like, yo, you the 6th man, guaranteed.
No, you don't pay the 6th man like you pay the fucking starting point guard.
Give him that money.
He's getting the money anyway, regardless, because you can't trade him.
That money. If he can come to a team like the Knicks and take that 6-man spot.
Bro, they've been trying to trade Beal. Nobody's taking that bread. He got a crazy contract.
I know, but I understand that. He got a crazy contract, but you got to convince the team that he's on now, to absorb some of that.
He's not. I'm gonna tell you this: he's not as good as the contract he gets.
You're right. No, right. That's why I say he's more of a 6th man now. Now at the beginning,
the Sixers dealing the same thing with Embiid. He's not. He doesn't play as much. He's not as much as that contract they got. You gotta ride that contract out.
He can't stay.
It's no trade clause. Listen, I'm getting my bread, and I'll leave if I decide that the team y'all trying to trade me to is somewhere I want to be.
The thing with Embiid, he cannot stay healthy.
Yeah, and they knew that. They drafted him injured,
and he can't. But if he can stay healthy, oh my God! Oh my God! If he can,
he's MVP. He's proven. If
he can stay,
I'm healthy. I'm an MVP.
Right, but me as a coach and with Embiid, you got to get him in a closed room. Whoever team, if they able to trade him and get rid of him or whatever, because Philly ain't going nowhere as long as they got.
No, I ain't gonna say
they ain't going nowhere.
We'll find out this year.
No.
You got Paul George.
Come on.
What you mean?
Paul George is not the Paul George of Indiana. No.
Speaking of Paul George, you know that that all this OKC and the Pacers finals, their best guys is all because of Paul George. OKC got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander from the fucking Paul George trade from the Clippers to the Thunder.
Oh.
Indiana got Halliburton because Paul George went from Indiana to somewhere, which got them to have somebody else that they traded to get Halliburton.
Oh, God.
And then I'm a Sixers fan, and then we end up with a broken down Paul George.
Yeah. Yeah, because Paul George is not that Paul George of Indiana.
We'll see.
No, he's not.
I'm holding hope. Keep hope alive.
Yeah.
Go Sixers.
He's another one that needs to come off the bench to beat it.
No,
I think a lot of them, once they reach a certain
age
and, you know what I mean?
Steph is 37 years old, too. Steph is 36, 37 right now, too.
Steph is a shooter. It's like you just shoot, give him the ball, and you know you can just start running back down the other court because you know that's going in.
You give him too much room.
You know it's 90% chance, a 95% chance that's going to be a basket.
Bro, you looking at it? What it was Steph class? They're going out.
Right.
It's time for the Halliburtons. Time for the Shea Gilgeous Alexander.
Real talk.
What's the ball from Minnesota? Ant-Man.
Ant-Man.
The new regime is coming in.
You know what hurt Minnesota? I don't think they should have gave up Cat.
But Randall was doing what Cat was doing.
Randall, he is, but they needed to keep Cat. If they could have kept Cat, man,
Cat would have did the same thing he did for the Knicks. Got Tibbs fired.
I ain't co-signing that.
He did.
No,
he got him fired in Minnesota. He got him fired from the Knicks. I told you that earlier.
I think we got the Tibbs fired was the fact that he was grinding out.
He got out coached. Period.
Yeah.
Carlisle and then out coached.
Yeah. I think that's his.
His adjustment was too late. He was like, all right, I'm gonna start playing the bitch. Y'all ready? Nigga, we down 0-2 already.
Right. Like yo, that's right. And so that was Thibodeau's weak point because he put too much into his starters. And you like, come on, man. Like, come on.
He ran into the wheels fall off.
Yeah, like
you seen Cat running up the blue.
Yeah, like yo, nigga.
Yo, take me out.
Nigga, I can't wait 40 minutes up and down this nigga. When you taking me out? Like, oh, give me the ball. Oh, damn, I can't. Don't give me the ball.
I mean, I'm gonna breathe on this one.
Real talk.
I'm gonna take off this one.
So I think that's one of the reasons they got rid of Tom. And I think, okay,
you think they came to Jalen and be like, yo, do you think they get rid of Tibbs? What you think?
I think they can. He's one of the
Jalen. You think Jalen co-signed on that?
And now he know his daddy somewhere in the long.
Yo, gonna be my dad.
On that note, I'll be right back.
How you just gonna leave me in the hole?
Yo, you gonna take handle it.
Sixers is back next year. He's a Knicks fan. Sixers is back next year. Embiid is gonna be 100% healthy. We going to the Eastern Conference Finals since we still on the sports. Section. We back next year, just like the Eagles is back this year with football. And speaking of football, shout out Saquon Barkley, cover of the Madden cover, F a Madden curse.
Hey, I think
we appreciate my man. He's from New York.
Oh man,
he's an all New York fan.
I ain't gonna wish.
He's a Giants fan.
Yeah, I'm definitely a Giants fan.
But he gave us the biggest gift. He gave us a Super Bowl. Shady McCoy said it. He was like, we got Shady. We got Saquon. Oh, we go to Super Bowl.
Yeah.
He gave us a Super Bowl. Jumping over people backwards, all type shit.
Because our GM
is a mess.
And his son was like, I think they should have hired his son as a GM.
How do you get rid of GMs though? You think he gotta go, right?
Yeah.
The president gotta fire.
I'm gonna tell you what. Yeah, I think so. I think
when you're the GM, you and the president is like you gotta be real close.
Like and you know what? That was crazy. And his son even said, "Yo, what's the quarterback for the Redskins?" His son was like, he telling him, but no.
He's like, yo, Saquon go and he does good in the Eagles. I'm not gonna be able to get sleep at night.
And he's not.
And then he went and got a Super Bowl.
He went and got a ring.
And could have broke a record. It was like, nah, I'm gonna sit back. I'm not gonna even do that.
Right, real talk.
I'm gonna chill on a bench and let everybody else eat.
Yep.
He could have broke a record on them.
Yep.
How that feel as a Giants fan?
Definitely.
How does a Giants fan looking at Saquon break a 2,000 on a fucking rushing record that hasn't been done in like how many years?
I'm not going to blame the coach, but the coach could have said more to keep Saquon. But I still put the blame on the GM for that goofy.
So why is he still there?
Because they want, you know. You know why he's there.
What's going on in New York, man?
But anyway,
why try to get Aaron Rodgers then?
But anyway, I think.
Speaking of, Aaron Rodgers just got signed with the Steelers on top of that. You heard about that?
Yeah, he just got signed with the
Steelers. At 40.
Come on, Steelers. You're not. Okay, you may make the first round of the playoffs.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
That's it. I'm giving you that. He's not.
I don't think they're going to make it. I like Mike Tomlin, which is their coach. He's a good black coach.
That's
my guy. I fucks with
out of all top black coaches, I think Mike Tomlin is one of the best.
He'll get you there, but you're not going to go nowhere when you get to the Super Bowl. When you get to the playoffs, you're going to lose the first round.
If he have the right quarterback. But AR
he never has the right quarterback.
AR is not
AR of old.
Yeah, he's not that AR no more. He's an AK.
How old is he?
He's an AP. He's an AP, not an AR. He's an AP. Yeah.
It was like big signing out of the Steelers.
I was gonna say an AK, but no, he's not even an AK.
They said I seen a meme that was like signing Aaron Rodgers. Did I send it to you?
No,
it was like signing Aaron Rodgers is like finally getting with your high school crush after she's 40 years old and 4 kids.
Exactly. That's just what it's like. Like real talk. Like
you just hope it's gonna go well.
He's not going. We ain't going. They
got DK Metcalf and the Pickens. No, Pickens went to this.
See, they getting a lot of plays at the wind of their career. Winding down.
Why would you do that though?
So with AR or AP or AC, what I think is that
it's a wrap.
They ain't going to. I don't see them going to the Super Bowl. They may be content making the first round.
If he don't do nothing for them this year, he might as well retire.
Yeah, he just let him.
He's like 43 years old.
Get that money.
That bag.
Get that money. AC or AP or
AR, bro.
AR. Yeah, get that money. Get that money. No, get that money. Let him get that money. If they want him to be 70 and still,
he's 41 years old.
Listen.
Bro.
He's still young. Get that money.
He's not young. He's 41.
Get to that bag.
He broke his Achilles like
get that bag.
Last year.
He's gonna break well, I ain't gonna wish that on him. But I know one thing is that.
And then he came back and they was trash.
Yeah.
And they was like, all right, get out.
Yeah.
We thought we was gonna do something different with you.
Yeah. He's not that boy. But I believe with Saquon being on the Madden cover.
And remember, they said it's a curse.
Yeah, it's a curse.
Anybody that's on Madden cover is get injured. I'm not gonna put that in the air. It's not gonna happen.
At least we know the Eagles is not gonna make the playoffs.
Why are you hating?
Because I'm a Giant fan. You already know.
And y'all are trash. So the Eagles is just one Super Bowl.
Yeah, we are trash.
At least you're admitting it.
Because I know
the first step of recovery is self-admitting.
They gave all that money to Fumble Jones, and he's no longer with us. And
they told him to get out.
Yeah,
they paid him bread. It was like, listen, just leave.
Yeah, like yo, just go, just please, and please, can you leave out the back door? Like we don't even want to.
And he's like a second or third string to somebody else's team right now.
That's when he should have stayed. He should have been with us. If they would have just gave that money up instead of giving them all that money, look, we're gonna keep you at second string. We're gonna give you good bread. Gave half of that to Saquon and got a start. They could have went out and got a good start quarterback.
Bro.
You know what I mean? They could have got Dave Carr. They could have.
And y'all got a star wide receiver.
Rivers. They could have got Rivers that we try to draft with the Eli Manning thing, but Eli Manning was like, nah, I'm coming to the Giants.
Nah. Once Eli was a wrap, y'all gotta. Hopefully, y'all do something in the draft.
No, I don't see it happening. But no, my bad.
Y'all better hope y'all receiver stay there until you get a good receiver. The new Manning, the young ball, the new Manning, the nephew.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta do trash this season so y'all get number one and you'll be able to
draft the other man. Season.
The young Manning that was good in college last season.
Which one? What's his
nephew?
Do he play for Ole Miss?
Yeah, he played for Ole Miss.
And that's where
He's nice,
that's
too.
where Eli came from.
Yeah.
Ole Miss.
Arch Manning, you're right. Arch Manning. He is.
Oh, that's the nephew.
That's the nephew. That's
Who's
Eli.
his father?
One of their brothers that don't play football.
Oh, so okay.
Does he come out? He come out next year? He comes out next year? Yeah. So y'all probably did that on purpose.
He know what he's doing. he caught a key. My little boy, he know how to stay in tune with the.
Because he's class of what class?
Oh man, he's going to be the class of 2026.
2026.
2026.
130.
What, 130 an hour? We doing good. But yeah, as we move right along, listen, people, thank you for tuning in. And
Mont, you should be here.
Money, we already know.
Mic check like, 3 and mic check 2.
Yeah, and it's already like what? 9:30. Oh man, bro, you said 9 o'clock. You ain't even in the building, but you know what? We handled this. We took care of it, and we in the building. SP Hustle Hard. I appreciate everybody that checked us out, tuned in. We're going to only get better and better, and we're going to get everything right. If it's anything that we need to improve on, leave it in the comments. You know what I mean? Like, subscribe, and stay tuned in. Talk to us. Let us know what we need to do better. And like I said, later on this month, we're gonna be in AC. I don't got the exact date yet, but I'm gonna have the date maybe around the 27th.
You coming to Jersey, huh?
Yeah, we're gonna do something in Jersey. We was in Vegas. We did a little something that, you know what I mean, but we was too.
Are we gonna do a live broadcast like out there?
Yeah. We're gonna find somewhere, we're gonna post up and we're gonna do it live. We're gonna do it live
on the boardwalk type joint?
On the boardwalk type joint.
Like
real talk. You know what I mean?
Because we know you New York dudes be like, I don't know about Jersey.
Nah, that's just me because, I don't like you, some of you dudes from certain areas. You know what I mean?
You already stole our nets. What else you gonna steal?
Y'all wasn't doing them right.
We went to the championship. Yeah, Jason Kidd and Vince Carter and all them.
How long ago was that? That was when
it don't matter. We played in the Spurs in the championship.
And you lost.
And nobody watched it either.
Yeah, that's why they didn't make it again, because they like, we ain't gonna keep running these dudes, and they ain't even
not bringing no viewership.
They ain't bringing no viewers.
It cost us money with this championship.
Real talk. But listen, I appreciate everybody that tuned in to check us out. Thank you. And it's a blessing. Look, stay tuned. We are around. SP Hustle Hard. Lucky. VL tapped in. -1 and money. Yo, bro, be here. Be here. We need you here. AC, we outside.
Did you clip that joint or what? Gotta stay still and shit.
Man, we ain't really get no looks on that one.
For what? You had a